What's up, YouTube? This is Destination Kings Athletics coming at you from beautiful, sunny Southern California. Although it's not sunny today, it's still beautiful and it's still Southern California. Today's vlog is going to be on the importance of lifting weights, strength training, pumping iron, and just lifting raw as heavy as weight off the ground and how it can improve your performance in any sport, no matter what gender you are. Let's get to it. All right, guys, as I said in the intro, we're talking about lifting weights, pumping iron, and lifting heavy weight. Now, let's just start off, we're not going to talk about football because football, it's an understanding. If you're not lifting weights, you're not strong, you're not deadlifting a ton of weight, you're not going to play football. So let's skip over that one. That's just a given, right, guys? So we're going to go to female volleyball. Now, if you're a volleyball player, you're not lifting weights, you don't have a strong upper body, strong back, strong legs to dig the ball out. Guys, your performance is going to be lacking. Now, if you have a strong deadlift, I'm not telling you to look like Ronnie Coleman or to even lift like Ronnie Coleman, but if you're going to be strong and you're going to have a strong deadlift, you're going to be able to dig balls out better and you're going to have better performances. Bottom line, that's just from the defensive point. We're not talking about the offensive spiking the ball. We're not talking about all that. We're talking about just the defensive part, just digging balls out. The stronger you're going to, the faster you're going to be able to get to that point where the ball's at and dig the ball out. The faster and the stronger and the more precise you're going to be, because the stronger you are, the better performance you're going to have. That's just the bottom line. Let's just take cheerleading. Something simple as cheerleading. Now you're telling me if you're not strong, you got to hit those moves, you got to have coordination, agility. Come on, guys. Lifting, pumping iron, deadlifting, all of that's going to help every single one of those things. Agility, it helps agility, it helps strength, it helps everything, your movement, everything. So it doesn't matter if you're a dancer, if you're a cheerleader, guys. I'm not even talking about the pyramid holding people up. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about just moving, holding pauses and going for endurance. I'm talking about that. Strength training is going to help every aspect of being a cheerleader. So if you're a cheerleader and you're not pumping iron, if you're not doing deadlifts, you're missing out on 50%. You're missing out on a whole lot. Now, if you're a tennis player, female or male, Serena Williams, right? I mean, come on. Hey, if you're a tennis player and you're not deadlifting, you're not benching, you're not squatting, man, you're missing out on a whole bunch of performance. You're missing out on 50% of your performance. 50% of it can increase just by doing those four basic lifts, which is squats, deadlifts, bench press, shoulder press. Come on, guys. If you're not doing those four, you're missing out on 50% of your gains, 50% of your performance. You haven't even tapped into that. So let's go into basketball. Guys, basketball, if you're moving side to side, you need extreme. You need to be strong in the legs. You need to be strong in your core. And you definitely you got your hands up, right? You need strong upper body, right? Yes, if you want to be an athletic basketball player, you need 4 lifts, guys. 4 lifts is going to help you. Bottom line, right? Well, let me see here. Jump shot, you're going to go up. What do you use first? Legs, feet, legs, core, and it goes all the way up, right? Up onto your arms, and then you shoot the ball with your arms. So basically, guys, you need all 4 of those lifts. You need to be strong in all 4 of the lifts. You imagine if you're a basketball player and you can deadlift 400, and let's just say 350, in modest weight, right? And it's not too big and it's not too small. Let's just say you can deadlift 350 pounds. You can bench 250, 300 pounds. Let's just say you can, and the strength is equal on that level across the board. You're going to be so much better in basketball. When you're going to the hole, guys are not going to be able to bump you off that line. So you're basically going to go in a straight line. You're not going to go around in the loop. You're going to go straight, almost straight through that defender, almost like what LeBron James does. When he puts that head and that shoulder down, people move. Now, why wouldn't you do that in a middle school level? Why wouldn't you be able to do that in an elementary level? I don't see why. Why don't people talk to you about that? I don't know. Nobody talks to us about that. All they say is, on the off season, go shoot up jumpers. Go shoot up jumpers. But what about getting stronger? Nobody ever talks about that aspect of any sport, let alone basketball, right? Football, of course. As soon as the season's over, what do? You're pumping iron. How come people can't do that for basketball? It's essential to be strong. Yeah, okay, so you're not knocking guys over, so you're not bumping into dudes. But you are bumping into dudes, and you are knocking dudes over. Haven't you guys seen a basketball game? I have. Even volleyball. Okay, it's not a contact sport, but you still need strength to go and get the ball, to go and dig it out, and to spike the ball, to set the ball. You need to have arm, shoulder, back strength. And where does that start? That start at your feet, and it works up through the legs. Strength comes from the bottom up, and you have to build that. It doesn't matter what sport. I just told you. If you want to be a cheerleader, female cheerleader, male cheerleader, of course you got a woman up in your hand, right? Well, obviously you got to hold that body up, right? That's an obvious. But if you're a female cheerleader and you're making these jumps, you're making these somersaults, you're making these somersaults, you're making these flips, you need to have strong legs, you need to have a strong lower body. And what better than to strengthen that lower body but the deadlift, squats, shoulder presses. Come on, guys. You got to do the 4 bench press. You got to do all 4 of those, and all 4 of those lifts. And if you can get strong in all 4 of those lifts, I guarantee you your performance is going to go up. There's just no way. Let's just take basketball. If you have strong numbers on all 4 of those lifts, you have no choice but to be a better basketball player. Now, not to mention all the other stuff that you got to do, right? Of course, you got to work on your handling. Just because you can deadlift a ton of weight, don't mean you're gonna dribble the ball, or it doesn't mean that you're gonna shoot free throws at a high percentage. No, but it's gonna help your It's gonna help your free throw percentage. It's gonna help your shooting. It's gonna help your defense. Everything. If you're stronger, just pretend if you're a stronger you. It's just you're gonna be harder to deal with on the defensive end and on the offensive end. That's just a given. If you got a strong base with those 4 lifts, you're just gonna be an all-around better player. That's just it. And if you're a cheerleader, if you got strong legs and you're doing deadlifts and you got good numbers, you're gonna be able to do somersaults, flips, back flips. You're gonna be able to do all that a lot easier for a lot longer time. So why wouldn't you work on these? Why wouldn't you work on these 4 lifts? Anyway. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.